The saga of Britney Spears and Kevin Federline remains one of the most dissected chapters in pop culture history, a whirlwind of passion, fame, and fallout that continues to reverberate through tabloids and memoirs alike. Federline, the former backup dancer turned DJ whose life intertwined with the princess of pop in the early 2000s, has now thrust their shared past back into the spotlight with excerpts from his forthcoming tell-all, You Thought You Knew. At the heart of these disclosures lies a shocking claim. An alleged instance of infidelity involving Spears and one of her female backup dancers, Teresa Espinosa, during the chaotic throes of their budding romance. This revelation, set against the backdrop of Spears' grueling Onyx Hotel Tour, paints a vivid portrait of jealousy, reconciliation, and the precarious foundations upon which their marriage was built, a union that would produce 2 sons but dissolve amid acrimony. The incident, as Federline recounts, unfolded in the vibrant haze of Amsterdam in May 2004, a pivotal stop on Spears' tour that showcased her as a global icon at the peak of her Baby One More Time era. The couple, who had only been dating for a month since their serendipitous meeting in April, found themselves enveloped in the tour's nomadic energy. Espinosa, a key member of the Onyx Hotel crew who had introduced Federline to Spears, became an unwitting catalyst in this tale of temptation. After a night of performances and post-show camaraderie, the group retreated to their hotel, where the air was thick with exhaustion and unspoken desires. Spears, ever the magnetic center, excused herself from Federline's room with a casual promise to return shortly, leaving him to ponder the delays in solitude. As minutes stretched into an uncomfortable eternity, Federline's curiosity morphed into concern. Venturing down the corridor, he passed a partially open door and caught a glimpse that would shatter his illusions. Spears and Espinosa locked in an intimate embrace, full-on making out, as he describes it with raw immediacy. Espinosa perched on the bed's edge, Spears positioned between her legs, hands cradling her face in a moment of unguarded passion. The shock was visceral. Federline froze, his world tilting on its axis. Rather than confront the scene, he retreated to his room, methodically packing his belongings with the numb resolve of betrayal. His departure was swift. He informed Spears of his intent to leave both her and the country, a drastic bid for self-preservation amid the emotional rubble. Spears' response, according to Federline, was a torrent of remorse and entreaty. Bursting into his space, she unleashed apologies laced with explanations. The overwhelm of tour life, the impulsivity of the moment, a profound underestimation of their connection's gravity. She told me she didn't realize how serious I was about us, that she was overwhelmed and it had been a mistake, he writes, capturing the desperation in her pleas. Federline, torn between hurt and the intoxicating pull of their nascent love, articulated his boundaries with unyielding clarity. I wasn't interested in a relationship that involved more than 2 people. Yet, in a twist that speaks to the complexities of young love under pressure, he relented, granting her a second chance. Those ensuing weeks in Europe, he reflects, became a crucible. Navigating that emotional minefield together forged an unlikely resilience. They tested us, changed us, and ultimately brought us closer together, he posits, crediting the ordeal with awakening the depth of my feelings. By tour's end, Federline was not just staying. He was falling, irrevocably in love with the enigmatic star who had upended his world. This reconciliation propelled them toward matrimony, a ceremony in September 2004 that symbolized hope amid the shadows. Their family expanded rapidly with the births of Preston in September 2005 and Jayden James the following year, milestones that briefly masked the undercurrents of discord. Yet, the fairy tale fractured just 2 months after Jayden's arrival, when Spears filed for divorce citing irreconcilable differences, a legal severance that belied years of personal strife. The custody battles that ensued cast long shadows, estranging their sons from Spears and fueling a narrative of paternal protectiveness from Federline. In his memoir, he delves into these fractures with unflinching candor, alleging harrowing episodes that underscore his fears for his children's safety. One particularly chilling anecdote involves the boys' nighttime terrors. Awakening to find Spears silhouetted in their doorway, silently observing them with a knife clutched in her hand. "Oh, you're awake?" she would murmur before retreating wordlessly into the shadows, a spectral presence that left indelible scars. Federline claims this behavior, coupled with broader, erratic tendencies, escalated post-conservatorship in 2021, painting a portrait of a woman unraveling in ways invisible to her adoring public. He alleges overhearing a clandestine call with ex-Justin Timberlake mere hours before their wedding, a betrayal that sowed seeds of doubt from the outset. These revelations culminate in a paternal série de cœur. The truth is, this situation with Britney feels like it's racing towards something irreversible. Something bad is going to happen if things don't change, and my biggest fear is that our sons will be left holding the pieces. Federline positions himself not as antagonist but advocate, insisting his actions stem from a desire to bridge that gap between the vibrant woman he married and the mother his sons struggle to recognize. The memoir's timing, mere weeks after Spears' child support obligations ceased with Jayden's 18th birthday in November 2024, has ignited accusations of opportunism. A representative for Spears decried the book as yet another instance of Federline profiting off her, a sentiment echoed in her own cryptic social media musings: "Honor thy mother and father, but always protect your heart. Only honor them if they have sacredly honored you. If not, you find a new family." This retort, adorned with emojis of defiance, hints at the wounds reopened by Federline's disclosures. Her team emphasizes her focus on familial healing, contrasting it with the sensationalism of his narrative, while noting that Spears has already chronicled her odyssey in her 2023 memoir,